Good morning and welcome to our virtual tour of Farrington's. Of course, in normal times you'd be having a real tour of the school, accompanied by one of our wonderful pupils, politely and passionately guiding you around the site, answering your questions and giving you a sense of the confidence and eloquence of Farrington's education offers. I trust you'd be thinking, I hope my child turns out this way, and that should give you a sense this is the right school for you and for them. Before we start to look inside the school, I must point out the stunning setting the school occupies. For a school so close to central London, it really is an oasis of woods, of fields and sports pitches. Just across the road, for example, are the sports pitches that we share with Queen Mary's University. Further to the east is Scadbury Nature Reserve, and to the south, our own woods, home to our very own forest school. When I talk with prospective boarding school families from across the UK and around the world, I explain that Farrington's is very much the best of both worlds, city and country, vibrant and tranquil. Let's take a closer look. Running across the width of the campus from east to west is the main avenue which parents largely use to drop off and collect their children. Through to the main senior school reception, you'd meet Karen and Jen, our fabulous receptionists who are the classic front of house staff, here to warmly welcome you and efficiently assist you. As we swing left and leave reception, we are now looking towards humanities, business and psychology departments in what is known as East House. We're going to go outside now to view our sports facilities. Sport is an enormous part of life at Farrington's. Sport for all and sport for those with competitive spirits. No shortage of talent and high ambitions. There are too many sports to mention, but football for both boys and girls, rugby, netball, cricket, tennis, athletics and swimming are our main sports, with school teams, fixtures, morning and evening training very much part of the pupils' commitments. At this point, I should note I'm talking about sport in normal times, and like many of the areas of the site you're going to see, please rest assured we are planning for the new normal. We will, however, make sure that while sport is safe, and if necessary socially distanced, it's still enjoyable and part of the children's physical and character development. Our sports hall, used throughout the week, including for basketball and badminton, for example, for our boarders, is complemented by our fitness suite. Our multi-gym was recently and generously refurbished by the FPA, the Farrington's Parents Association. I have to confess, as a resident living on site during the lockdown, this gym has been a blessing and a privilege. Our swimming pool ensures that swimming lessons, swimming training and recreational swimming on an evening are the order of the day. Outside, you can now get a real sense of the space the pupils have to relax and play sports in during break and lunch times. It's also somewhere just to sit and enjoy the sun and get some fresh air away from the busy day of study. Speaking of study, as we now enter the academic hub of the school, our library. Resourced, as you'd expect, and cared for by our full-time librarian Amanda Hanks, the library is a bustling part of the school, whether it's for chess club or study or student committee meetings such as our eco club. Our library is probably the busiest room in the school, and that is reflected in our fantastic English exam results and the overall sense of a love of reading. Even the staff have their book clubs. Now let's move on to the main corridor. Queen's Court is perhaps the heart of the senior school, the centre of the building and in many ways the hub of school life, the junction to various classrooms and the home to the sixth form common room and sixth form study area. It also houses many of the pastoral leaders' offices. Now, into Ferrens Hall, arguably the cultural centre of the school. It is here where we host assemblies, lectures, house competitions such as University Challenge, and more importantly, music concerts and school productions. This year we staged a magical performance of Guys and Dolls, and since this virtual tour has been created, we've had a 9-screen digital video wall installed, which is perfect for presentations and also rather enjoyed by the boarders on an evening for film night. Now, if Queen's Court is the heart of the school, then the chapel is the soul of the school. It represents our Christian ethos, our values, and our sense of community. We have a full-time residential chaplain, and along with the head and other staff and students, it hosts assemblies and services every day of the week for various year groups where we come to listen, to reflect, and to sing, hopefully loudly. We now head to some of our new classrooms which have been recently refurbished. So as we look around some of our science laboratories, and mathematical classrooms, you can see that they are all fitted to the very latest specifications. As we dash outside again, we can now enter the creative corner of the school, with classrooms for food technology, textiles, art and graphics, DT and music are all extremely popular subjects and inspire a creativity and technical ability in the arts. We are, as I said at the start, a boarding as well as a day school and home to families who live just around the corner and those who live thousands of miles away. London families particularly appreciate the flexi and weekly option, while the full 7 days per week term time boarding particularly suits our international boarders from all over Europe, Asia, Africa and the Americas. Boarding gives the students independence, such as in cooking, as we see in one of our house kitchens, as well as time to relax and enjoy the company of their second Farrington's family in the house common room. Boarding is an escape from the daily commute and offers greater opportunity to study, to exercise, to rehearse and develop those habits which will be invaluable at university and in the world of work. So, as we return to our overview of the site, I hope this has given you a flavour, a taste of the facilities at the school, its blend of old and new, of being both busy and relaxed. However, nothing can replicate walking the corridors, climbing the staircases, and seeing the pupils work. So I very much hope that this will be just the first of many visits to the school as the lockdown eases, and we can welcome you with a mixture of warmth and pride as you can see for yourself why pupils flourish at Farrington's.